Rockstar's in the news again, but it's not for a video game. It's not for, you know, anything that, really is big when it comes to the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. This time it's talking about lowballing people that own the rights to music. And we're going to read over this article from Game Rant, and I'm going to put my 2 cents in to this article and this news that is coming out about Rockstar lowballing these guys. Let's get into it, guys. Rockstar reportedly tried lowballing a band for a GTA 6 song, right? Let's keep on reading. Rockstar has offered $7,500 for indefinite rights to Heaven 17 song Temptation in GTA 6. I'm going to put this out here right now. I have never heard of Heaven 17. And when I looked up this song, they're probably a one-hit wonder from the 80s, because the song Temptation, the only one I could find on YouTube is a 2006 remaster. And from the looks of it, they look like they're from the 80s. And also, like, it really was not that good of a song. Anyways, Heaven 17's frontman rejected that offer with prejudice, implying it was 10 times too low. Rockstar did not pursue indefinite music license agreements in the past, which seems to be the reason why its past re-release, like the GTA trilogy, the definitive edition, ended up missing some songs, which it did. Like, it was quite a few songs that did not get included with the definitive edition of the trilogy, which kind of surprised me. Some of them were big name songs too. Anyways, Rockstar Games has reportedly attempted to lowball an established band for rights to use one of their songs in Grand Theft Auto 6. The Grand Theft Auto 6 developer said to have offered a 4-digit sum for the privilege, which insulted the band to the point they opted to make their own rejection public. Like, in all honesty, in my opinion, with this band, like I said, I've never even heard of them, the Heaven 17. I think this would have been a really good move for them. Because, granted, it might have been a low ball in the beginning to potentially get their music into the game, but the implications that could come from having your song in the game could be millions and millions of dollars. I'm just throwing that out there. The 5th numbered entry in the Rockstar long-running open-world action-adventure series has incorporated more than 440 songs spread across 16 radio stations. That right there is impressive. That's an impressive number for a video game. And on top of that, I remember the songs would constantly get refreshed and all that stuff as they would gain licenses and lose licenses. And of course, the radio DJs, man. When it comes to Grand Theft Auto, some of the best radio DJs out there, Rockstar. They do an amazing job. The GTA 6 soundtrack is expected to feature hundreds of tracks. Okay. They offered him $7,500 for the song, by the way. Indefinite rights. And while its track list is more or less a complete unknown at the moment, it would appear that Temptations by the British synth pop band Heaven 17 won't be on it. That's according to Heaven 17's frontman Martin Ware, who took to Twitter on September 7th to reveal that his publisher recently contacted him on behalf of Rockstar about possibility of making Temptation part of GTA 6 Vice City's music scene, which, much to his surprise, the company offered only $7,500 in exchange for indefinite rights to use the song in the upcoming game. While the exact wording of Ware's official response is unclear, the 68-year-old musician did not leave social media users guessing about what his thoughts of "go fuck yourself" he wrote on Twitter. Okay. Rockstar offering Temptation in GTA 6 was 10 times too low, author says. His comment sparked backlash from vocal groups of social media users who tried to argue with Ware that he should have accepted the offer because of all the exposure GTA 6 would have generated for his music opus. That's what I'm saying. He might feel that it's too low of an offer. It's 10 times too low. Oh, I mean, all artists are going to be that way. Period. End of story. It's not just him. And I mean, granted, I overvalue some of the stuff that I do. But At the same token, you need to look at the back end and how it's going to pay off in the back end, especially with a game as big as Grand Theft Auto 6. Bro, you fumbled the bag. The musician rejected that notion as misguided at best. No, it's not. Noting that 1 million extra streams on Spotify only results in about $1,000 in additional earnings for each songwriter involved in a given track. Bro, it really makes me wonder if this also includes the soundtrack for GTA. So I know that there are, like, they want the indefinite rights for the game. Now, for them to include the song on the soundtrack, and I know one thing that Rockstar does do a lot is they actually sell vinyls, they sell CDs, they sell stuff with the soundtracks of the game, and people buy them because of the collection, like the collectible factor, right? I guarantee you that's another avenue they could have gone and made more money. For reference, Ware co-wrote Temptation along with 4 other artists. Asked about what kind of offer he would have deemed fair, the Sheffield-born synth pioneer said he would have accepted $75,000 per song buyout, thus indicating that Rockstar's offer is 10 times too low. I mean, I get it. Like, every 1 million song, like, streams, it does only earn you like $1,000. But think about how many tens of thousands you're going to get. I mean, you're going to eventually, like, make way more. And then on top of that, like I said, have people like me from my era, because I'm in my mid-30s, that will actually listen to Heaven 17. I never heard of them before this. Alternatively, Ware said that he would have been open to reasonable royalties with no advance necessary. This is somewhat less realistic scenario, as offering royalties is an essentially non-existent practice in video game music listening. Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, so when it comes to royalties, right? Like when it, movies, TV, all that stuff, right? They base it upon the amount of times it's viewed. And that's one thing that a lot of people, especially SAG-AFTRA, really rallied for when it came to streaming, is trying to earn money off of the streaming and earn the royalties off of streaming. Now, granted, a lot of the numbers don't get shown, but it's hard to really track that, especially in a video game universe where you got players jumping in and out of the game. I'm listening to the song for 30 seconds. I'm listening to the song for 15 seconds. I'm going from point A to point B. How would they track that? There would be no way, like, no reasonable way for them to be able to track a potential royalty check where they're going to get paid. Would it be per day? Would it be per player? Would it be, like, that's the question I have. And I don't see a realistic expectation coming out of that. While Temptation, which was a big hit in the UK in the 80s, that's probably why I never heard of it, doesn't seem likely to be included in the GTA 6. The insight that Ware shared do indicate that Rockstar might be trying to switch up its licensing practices, which is actually really smart, because if and when the game gets remastered, which I don't think it will. I mean, shoot, we don't even have a GTA 5 remastered. Finite music licenses are the reason why the company's past releases, like the trilogy, are missing some songs compared to the product they were based on. Therefore, the notion of Rockstar pursuing complete song usage rights buyouts suggests that the group is now trying to move forward thinking and trying to preserve its games with its original form. I love that idea. I love the ability to be able to jump into the game and not have it miss anything it had. So if I play it in 2025, it's going to be the same game in 2045 compared to like nowadays where you jump into GTA 3 in 2001 and then you jump into the definitive edition in 2024, you're missing a handful of tracks where you're like, damn, I really wish I can listen to that. Let's go full screen. See, this is one thing is, like, I think that, like, genuinely, it's a good thing for artists to fight for what they believe in. And, I mean, I don't blame the Heaven 17 guys being like, no, you will not use my music. But at the same token, I do feel like it was a big hit in the UK. I've never heard of them. I'm not saying they're not big. but it would have brought so much more like eyes to their art and so many more eyes to the music and art they created in the 80s that I think it would have been a big boost for them. Now, the lead singer believes that all he would get is $1,000 per million streams on Spotify, which is a legitimate number. But I think it would have boosted them and generated way more revenue than $10,000. And then, like I said, they're looking for the royalties and they're looking for the rights in the game. That's not even counting probably the merchandise and everything else they sell with the music included. Food for thought. Anyways, you guys, don't forget to mash that like button. Comment down below. How do you feel about this topic? Do you think I missed the mark? Do you think that the songwriters and the artists are right? Like, I genuinely want to have an honest conversation about this because I think this is genuinely interesting. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. I can't do this without you guys. You guys are awesome. We're on our way to 9,000 subscribers. That, to me, mind-blowing. Y'all have a great and wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.